Welcome to this introduction to Aspera Solutions and Epicor ERP version 10.2. My name is Andrew Keogh and I am an Epicor specialist with Aspera Solutions. I've been with the company for over 13 years, as most of our employees have been with the company a long time. We're around since 1987 and we're 100% focused on delivering ERP solutions to our customers. So our whole business is based on delivering ERP and business solutions. We've been an Epicor partner since 2001, so we have a long-term relationship with Epicor and are very strong in the Epicor marketplace, being one of the leading providers of Epicor ERP within the EMEA region. So we're very, very much committed to that marketplace and to growing and developing our expertise in the Epicor space. And that is reflected quite clearly as well in the numerous awards and recognition that we've had over the years from many parties, including Lumenia consultants, Epicor themselves, and industry-leading specialists over those various years. Epicor themselves have been around quite a long time as well. They've been around since 1972. They're a very large organization, turning over just shy of $1 billion per year. And the Epicor application is active in many countries around the world, over 150 countries. There are thousands of customers and thousands of employees, making Epicor approximately the sixth largest ERP author and vendor in the world today. And again, that is regularly recognized through the various awards that Epicor get annually. Just a little bit about the marketplace in which we operate as an Epicor ERP partner. Well, Aspera very much focused on delivering ERP solutions tailored to your business needs. Now, that's a very important statement because a lot of people would immediately assume that we are a systems integrator and customization specialist. Epicor is delivered on a technology platform which actually allows us to tailor and configure the application without touching source code at any time. So the toolkit includes a screen designer, a database tool for adding fields, as well as a business rules engine for modifying the logic within the application. But all of those tools allow you to store those changes within the database. So for the vast majority of our customers, we have never touched source code, yet all of them carry configurations, or what some people call customizations, but they reside within the database of the application. So what's very important to us is this ability to deliver a product, or deliver an ERP solution that meets the needs of our customers, but that we're able to map that ERP system to the needs of each of the sites in which Epicor is delivered. So that's absolutely key, and it's key to successful implementations. It's also key to being able to support the application as well. So the application is supportable in its vanilla form in all sites, irrespective of changes that are made to the application through the toolkit. And full training is given in that toolkit. So many of our customers deliver those configurations into the product and manage them themselves, with us just supporting the toolkit as modules within the application. So that's a very key differentiator for Epicor over most other ERP systems, is the toolkit that it comes with, which allows that level of tailoring and configuration without any impact on the source code of the application. Epicor ERP is delivered very strongly into the traditional economies, such as manufacturing, distribution, and services. And so most of our customers at Aspera would be within these sectors. However, we've found that there's huge growth as well in what we call new economy, or the solutions sector, both for businesses that would not be traditionally within those spaces, but also traditional companies who manufacture or distribute find that they're constantly having to develop new strategies for their business to help drive better margins, such as servitization and adding value around the products that they make or distribute. And of course, as those changes happen, sometimes the ERP systems just won't keep up with that and won't keep up with the new processes that are added. So the agility and flexibility that comes with the ERP solution from Epicor is fantastic, as it allows that on-the-fly development, on-the-fly delivery of new processes and new functions within the application without having to impact what's already there and what's already in place. So just an example of some of the kinds of customers that we support at Aspera using the Epicor ERP product are shown here on the screen. Now, rather than talking about any of these individually, I think the key message that comes from this is that you've got a real broad range of different types of business in here, from process manufacturing in things like rubbers and food and petrochemical, right through to discrete manufacturers and engineering businesses, and again from very high volume and low value type products to very low volume and very high value products. So there are companies in here who are producing literally millions of products a day to companies that are manufacturing against 5 or 6 orders a year at very high value capital machinery, as well as companies who are producing specialist food ingredients. There are distribution businesses in here in the laboratory and hospital sector, for example. There are companies delivering into aerospace, defense, automotive manufacturing as well. So again, the key thing is that broad swathe of customers. And also from a size and scaling perspective, there are customers in here with a single site operating in a single market with 10 or 12 concurrent users, right through to companies with 12 companies operating globally around the world in different languages with different statutory requirements and hundreds of concurrent users. So Epicor is a highly scalable and highly agile product for small local SMEs right through to global multinational businesses. And the Epicor ERP product itself has a very broad swathe of functionality in itself. So this is the product map, and you can find this on the Aspera website, the Epicor website. So it's very easy to find your way to this map should you want to look at what functionality is delivered within the application. And looking at the map itself, like a wheel, if we follow it clockwise from the top at financial management, we can see that Epicor includes financials, CRM, sales management, product management, project management, planning and scheduling, supply chain, production management, service and asset management, and human capital management. And the key thing with this is that it's all bundled and delivered in the solution from Epicor. And the vast majority of what we're looking at here is all bundled within one single application. A small exception is human capital management. So while there is some basic employee information for tracking resources and availability, for example, and training and capabilities within the ERP application, much of the HR functionality, such as performance management, salaries, reviews, disciplinaries, recruitment and onboarding and so on, are maintained within a separate HR application. And partly that's driven through the need for security around data and segregation of that data set from a security perspective, but also the workflows will be very different within HR. Now, the deeper HR application is integrated with the ERP application. And so, for example, employee recruitment and onboarding is all driven through HR, but then all that information is passed down to the ERP system from a resource planning and scheduling perspective. And that's driven out of the box. So all of that functionality that lives within ERP is installed on every Epicor site. So irrespective of the needs of each individual site where Epicor is installed, the whole application is installed on every site, and you apply a license to give you access to the bits or the components that you need to use. And again, what's really important about that is that it supports agility, so that if the footprint in the application needs to change over time, you can just apply a new license and it opens up access to those areas of the application that you didn't have before. Yet all of the database, the embedded integration and so on is already in place and always has been there. So many of the tables that you'll need as you expand your footprint in the application are already populating and the history is already building. Yet when you want to change that footprint, then you don't need to have a complex technical project. You don't have to install new modules, build new databases and tables within your ERP system. You just switch on access to them and you get some training and services, say for example from Aspera, to help you deploy the new functionality that you've switched on. Another key point that you'll see within the map at the top is deployment choice. So Epicor allows you to deploy by cloud or on premises, and there are public cloud, private cloud, as well as virtualized capabilities within the application or physical server capabilities within the application. So Epicor should be able to meet whatever IT strategy that you have as an organization, and whatever is needed to deliver the best experience and the best performance from the application to suit your business needs. And then underpinning the whole application at the bottom, we'll see things like business intelligence and analytics, global business management. The application is available throughout the globe with governance, risk and compliance. So it has to be compliant wherever it goes and in the industries in which it is installed, supporting, say, audit systems such as Sarbanes-Oxley or IFRS, as well as things like Supply Chain 21, CFR 21 Part 11 audits, ISO audits, and so on and so forth. And then a key thing here in the delivery of all of that is the business architecture. So how is Epicor built and deployed? Well, Epicor 10.2 is a native Microsoft application, so it's 100% developed in Microsoft technologies and resides in the Microsoft technology stack on Microsoft servers. So it is a 100% service-oriented application, which means that every single component of the application is exposed as a web service and also supports RESTful service, giving massive levels of agility, as well as exposure to native application through not just smart clients, but also browser clients, and it's browser independent, so you can access Epicor from any type of leading browser, as well as exposure to mobile devices and desktop productivity tools such as Word and Outlook, Excel, SharePoint, and so on and so forth. So Epicor natively talks to all of these technologies and natively merges with them to deliver a rich user experience and a highly agile user experience across any platform through which it is delivered. And that user experience then can come in a number of ways. As I said a second ago, the user can access Epicor through, say, a smart client. And again, Epicor delivers functionality to users or the user experience through role-based homepages. So in essence, you can have like a finance homepage, a warehousing homepage, a manufacturing homepage, accounts receivable homepage, and so on. And these are very much tailored to the user's needs, delivering both access to the key functions that they need within the application, as well as access to things like dashboards and analytics that help them drive key decision-making processes. And those dashboards and analytics are driven in real time, so they're not coming from, say, a business warehouse with a lag between the time that the transactions go through the ERP application and the time that they're replicated into the data warehouse. But all those analytics are driven from the transactional database, so they come through in real time. So looking at this user here, I can see this user has a lot of sales information on their homepage, so I'm guessing that they're using a sales role within the application, with various levels of analytics. And again, if they decide they want to go into any part of the application like order entry, it's a single point and click on the tile, and that brings them to the order entry screen. Again, the home pages are highly personalizable, so a user can go in and can adjust and edit their homepage, adding and removing tiles, depending on what it is that they need from the application. Now, this user might walk away from their desk and they are carrying a tablet with them using, say, for example, a Safari browser on an iPad. And so, again, they can click into Epicor on that and it brings them into their homepage, losing no functionality and moving from smart client to browser client. They get exactly the same interface with all of the exact same functionality that they had on their smart client homepage. And these methods of accessing the system aren't mutually exclusive. Users don't have to decide whether they want to use browser client or smart client. They can seamlessly move between one or the other depending on how it is that they want to access the system or where they are or what they are doing at that point in time. And so again, from the browser client, the user wants to go into a screen like order entry, so they click on the order entry tile and it takes them straight to that screen within the browser. A key difference between the smart client interface and the browser interface is that the browser interface is not tab-based, which is fantastic because it allows it to re-footprint itself to the real estate on the device that's accessing it automatically and dynamically. So I don't have to worry about whether I'm using 7-inch tablets, 8-inch tablets, 10-inch tablets, for example. as I'm doing this. The system will automatically re-footprint to the appropriate size. And it also means then that I can tap, drill and swipe, as well as touch, pinch and so on. So all of the touch features that are available within devices such as tablets are immediately available to me when I'm using that browser interface with Epicor. And finally, also from a mobile experience perspective, Epicor's dashboard builder allows me to deploy dashboards as mobile, and it re-footprints those dashboards into a mobile menu structure, which again is tile-based, but it's re-footprinted to fit small form factors such as small tablets or smartphones. And again, dashboards in Epicor can be built as updatable dashboards. So this allows you to create updatable dashboards, deploy them to mobile devices, and in essence what you're doing is you're publishing small online apps for users who will need to update the system through mobile device. And that's all then, again, driven through browser-based links into the application from those mobile devices. Epicor also delivers some fixed apps or formatted apps, and these are available through the web stores such as iTunes and Google Play. And again, if you do a search for Epicor in that area, you'll find there are timesheet and expense sheet apps for Epicor, as well as, say, mobile CRM. There are proof of delivery applications and so on available for download onto your mobile device. And then again, there's a setup within that within those apps, which allows you to configure them to talk directly to your Epicor ERP system. So that's a brief introduction to Aspera and Epicor as corporations, and a brief introduction to the Epicor ERP 10.2 application itself. In the next session, we will look at the application in live format, and we'll do some navigation and some search and have a look at some of the user facilities and desktop productivity facilities delivered through the application. Thank you very much.